here we go. Main event time, the return of Luke Keeler after almost 4 years out. My former co-commentator Sean Tyndall is after crowd surfing away with the Matthew Tyndall fan, so I'm joined by multiple Irish champion Martin Wall, close friend of Luke Keeler as well. How you doing, Martin?
Delighted to be here, Joe. Great seat now. Look, Luke's in with a test here. His Irish experience, we've seen him in the ring with multiple Irish lads over the last kind of 12, 18 months. And we know he's durable.
He's a chunky lad as well. He's up in weight, and like Luke Keeler will say, he's his own worst enemy as well. I remember being up in Belfast seeing Luke draw against an English journeyman. Like sometimes he'd accuse himself of not turning himself on, so he does need to be switched on here because it's only 4 rounds.
Oh, absolutely. And look, you're dealing with ring rust, which I don't care what anyone says. Like that, it's a legit thing. And Luke would admit himself, your father time as well. But he does look in great shape.
Landed a nice right hand there, the first real punch of this fight.
Walking the body nice, that was a nice short uppercut as well. Look, he's being patient, he knows himself. There's no point in rushing it, you're on your return. And maybe he might want a bank round.
I think you're exactly right there. Luke has always been he's been a sort of a tempo fighter, an activity fighter. When he's in runs of form and he can jump up through the levels, it's when he was having that classic Irish problem of not fighting that regularly, and we probably weren't seeing the best of him. But when he got a good run of fights there in his run to a world title fight, you saw the levels he can get to. So it's just about the start of a long journey here. Hopefully not too long, but he needs to back a couple of rounds.
Absolutely, and look, he's always had this kind of explosive nature, where 1 minute he's jabbing, next minute he's left 4, 6, 8 punches go. So we could be in for something special. If he senses blood, he is a good finisher.
It's one of those things as well. You look at his KO ratio and it's something like 25%, but like we all sort of know that Luke bangs. It's just like he's had lads down. He just maybe hasn't finished them. Obviously prize fighter, some durable journeymen over rounders, but he is a puncher, and like if you underestimate that, you're a pearl. Like Lewis Arias did, and he was down twice.
Absolutely, and you mentioned like prize fighter. We're talking to the Tom Doran fight, and obviously the rematch was probably one of the best fights I've ever seen live. Both fighters down in the first round, and an absolute war in the second. Probably the best 4 or 5 minute fight I've ever watched. Look, he's feeling them out here. You know what I mean, you have to allow for what? It's over 2 years out of the ring now.
Over 3. It was 4 years in next January. Like, it's a long, long time. COVID, I think, just messed with all our perceptions at the time.
Absolutely.
That was the last. That and Scott Quigg against John O'Carroll was the last real Irish boxing we got.
Lovely punch there under the elbows as well. And they're going to pay dividends now, round 3 and 4, I'd imagine. And again, see, look, there's tactics here.
He hasn't, like, I know he has come in heavy, but he's come in shape, if you know what I mean. Like, he's coming down.
Like, it's one of them, like a Debbie Felcher shots or thought you're too crafty. We'll find out now, I'm sure, very quickly.
Yeah, he's not afraid to trade, and it did work against him against Tommy Hyde. He was stopped in that fight. He went the distance with Jay Byrne as well. Like, we're quite familiar with him. Plenty of tape on him too. Not that Luke Keeler probably was studying too much tape.
The lovely jabs on the button there 3 or 4 times. Start the round off. You know, we see Kroupa throwing a little bit more there, and that's where Luke might exploit him. He's always been a kind of fantastic counter puncher.
He probably got a bad or an incorrect reputation, you say, from people who probably just thought he was an Irish brawler, whereas he's mainly a counter puncher off the ropes. Those
absolutely.
uppercuts inside, but I think people just sort of stereotype Irish boxers as being brawlers, but he's not like that at all.
Well, like I mentioned, the kind of explosive burst that he has, he's very good at timing you to where they come just after you've thrown maybe a little laboured punch. He's not the kind of guy you want to be throwing slow jabs against. And we just think Kroupa's starting to throw some slow jabs, and he might pay for that.
I think Kroupa's been told in his corner he needs to start throwing some punches to keep Luke off him, but I think that might be a bad idea.
Yeah, I mean, you've said 4
good
right hand.
Kroupa felt that one there, and another straight down the pipe.
And look, there's the patience. He's not rushing it. He knows himself.
Luke is enjoying himself here.
Not letting the crowd get to him. Look, he has a massive support here as well, and a lot of fighters would let that, but Luke is showing that level of experience, you know.
First fight in Dublin since the Darren Cruz fight, I think, which was about 7 or 8 years ago. It's like been a long time coming for Luke.
It would be easy to let the kind of atmosphere and occasion get the better of you, but obviously you're talking about someone who's been at world level. He's not going to panic here. He's not going to box for the crowd.
He's not going to say, I'm fighting a journeyman, so let's go in and try blast him out. He knows
he knows there's value here in getting the 4 rounds.
I will say, though, if he does land a few more of those right hands, I don't think it will go 4 rounds.
No, it's a low lead hand now, Kroupa, and that was a nice jab, but
he's pawing
they
at that
are
nose
slightly
again.
laboured. And they're coming back low, so he's potential to get timed.
There you go.
And there, we see that kind of sharp shot. I won't say it's target practice, but Luke is showing a nice level of accuracy here. He's doing some good work. And more importantly, he's enjoying himself.
It is perhaps a shame that this fight has been moved down from a 6-rounder to a 4-rounder because of Luke's time out of the ring.
Good venue for boxing. I'm sure that's not what it was built for, but
well, maybe a different type of boxing.
Right, yeah.
Well, I tell you, we both love the National Stadium, but it can be, especially when it's on a smaller hall show, it can be a bit cavernous and a bit empty and echoey and a bit bright. Like this, for the type of show that it is, this is perfect, isn't it?
In particular with the stadium, obviously it's a bit bigger than here, and then the changing rooms are a little bit out of the way, so you'd find at times a lot of people are actually in the changing rooms.
Or the bar.
A nice steady start here, just flicking it out, slipping jabs as well. That's getting that timing back. You know, I mean, you can do all the sparring in the world. I've seen clips of Luke sparring recently, but there's nothing like when you're in here. You have the pressure of the crowd, those hot lights on top of you. Lovely, nice bit of pressure here.
Good right hand. That's something that Oisin Tracy said as well. The hot lights. It doesn't really, nothing really prepares you for it. Like if you're not fighting at the top level as an amateur. Oh, good body shot there.
Body
Lovely.
shot, nice follow
Group
up
of feeling
the
that
middle.
grimaces there. Doesn't look too comfortable. Blood starting to drip from the nose. First little hint of a bit of rustiness there from Luke, who falls in, but Kroupa could be ready to go very soon, I think.
Yeah, he's looking a little bit laboured.
Right hand's hurt him again as we get knocked out by a Toblerone. And a left uppercut.
There's nowhere to run in this ring. I think Kroupa's really feeling this now.
I also don't think this is a 16-foot ring, to be honest.
No, absolutely not. Nice jabs are just landing consistently here, and they're snapping the head back now.
Kroupa hasn't thrown a punch in a little while now. We need to, there you go, just to... It might not be their style, but if I was the corner of Kroupa, I might be after this round. He's taken a lot of damage. His face is quite marked up. I know there's a bit of pride at play there as well, probably, but he's...
Lovely short uppercut there from Luke. Jabs again. He can't miss with that jab. It might not have been much of a puzzle, but Luke has thoroughly solved the Kroupa puzzle here.
Yeah, and there are lovely shots to the body as well. He's just able to stand in range. There's nothing coming back in group anymore. And you said you didn't want to say it was target practice. Now it is target practice.
Yeah, absolutely. The jabs are landing at will.
The arms are like spaghetti, I think, now.
Yeah, there's another lovely right hand. We've just been covered in some blood.
And an uppercut there.
On the night, it depends which version shows up, you know.
You saw in the previous fight there, Zeba, I think, just didn't really fancy it after a round.
No, and then we seen Tony McLean in a very tough fight there with a guy who knew how to survive and had some kind of dirty tactics. Great learning fight for Tony.
Yeah. I think that guy Barabas sort of sniffed a bit of an opportunity there and was coming on strong.
Absolutely. And then came out to watch his his colleague fight with no top on. Lovely overhand right there from Luke.
Luke's starting to really sit down on his shots now. He wants a stoppage to round it off. A 4-round
I
stoppage
think
would be
lovely,
perfect.
lovely straight right hand.
There you
I
go.
think this is the stoppage is coming.
Kroupa's
here
not
now,
looking
Joe.
well. Emilty
there
steps
we
in.
go.
Fair enough. Luke Keeler delighted. 4th round stoppage. Couldn't really have gone any better tonight, and he goes over to Jiri Kroupa.
Ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation for both fighters. They finished off the show in style for us. Referee Emilty called a stop to the action at the official time of 39 seconds of round number 4. Declaring your winner,